straight into designing. I want us to go straight into designing next week, and I don't want us to I said next week on Friday because I don't want us to stay long on call on Friday. So today we'll be taking in the last class actually we talked about UI UX, some core design principles like spacing, hierarchy, alignment, and contrast, which I believe I covered to some certain extent. Today we are building on that by looking at three very important parts of visual design, which is the UI interface, which is the color, typography, and accessibility. And also we'll be taking design system too, how you can create design system in Figma. And I believe that some of us, or maybe all, would have downloaded Figma too on their laptop so that you can be practicing at your own side the way you are learning. These three things, color, typography, and accessibility, they seem small, but they have huge impact in your design, because your screen can actually look beautiful, your design can look beautiful, but if it fails with these three things, then your design might not look good, or maybe the UX is even good, the UX of your design is good, but the UI interface will be very, very bad if you fail with this. Some of us would have opened websites or apps before, and immediately you feel very, very uncomfortable reading it, maybe probably because the text was small, or there was no spacing or whatsoever. So it's because the typography that the person used, either it was small or it was maybe too tight, maybe there was no proper spacing. So this is exactly why this class actually matters, because this will guide you on how to do all these things perfectly. So I'm going to be starting with color, and in UI design, color is very, very important, and we have different type of colors when you are designing. We have primary color, we have secondary color, and we have accent color, and also we have natural colors too. So that makes it 4: primary, secondary, accent color, and natural color. So whenever you are designing an interface, we don't usually make use of just random color. You have to establish the color that you want to use first before starting any design, so that it can be. Please unmute your mic, you are distracting me. Sorry. So you have to establish all these colors first before you start any design. For example, if a product use blue color as its primary color, gray as supporting color, and orange as maybe accent color for important action. The accent color is usually used for anywhere you want it to stand out to people. Those are the places that you use accent color. You remember that in the last class I showed you some parts in our maybe in our previous class. I showed you maybe a design that there was contrast there, so it was the accent color that they made use of to do that contrast. So you have to establish all this quickly before you start your design, and I'm going to be showing you how to do that. Mostly color also communicates emotions to your users. It communicates emotions to your users. And what do I mean by this? For example, finance app, maybe all these PalmPay, etc. They mostly, you discover that they mostly make use of blue color or green color, because all these colors, they are warm. They're kind of warm. So that kind of color is like communicating to users that they are stable or they are trustworthy. And you discover that apps like restaurants and all those type of they usually make use of all these type of color that are energetic, like orange, all those sharp colors, because that is what like they want it to like communicate that to their users, because colors has emotion. You see that whenever you see a delete button or a logout test in an app, you mostly see them in red colors, and that is like communicating to the user that this place, there is danger there. If you press this particular button, you are going to like delete your account. So that red is communicating to them that, okay, if you are going to do this, that means um a particular action is going to happen, that it might have effect on you. So you have to like be careful before doing such thing. So, and green too, it's mostly used to communicate success. Like for example, if you want to like check out, or they want to tell you that your checkout was successful, it is mostly done in green color, and it is to tell you that, okay, this particular thing is safe, it is approved, or there is actually progress. So you can see that all these things, they like communicate emotions to your audience or your user. So there must be consistency in your color usage whenever you are designing. There must be consistency there, because you cannot use, if one button in is blue on one particular screen, and then you are creating another screen in it again, then you use red. You are creating another screen again, you use purple. You discover that your app will start looking like, you might not even like the outcome. You will not even like the outcome. It is not even the matter of might or whatsoever. So for this not to happen, you have to, that is why you have to like create an established color system for yourself before you start designing, so that it is this color that you follow from the beginning to the end of your design. So common mistakes that some people make is that they use too many colors in their design, and you think that you want to be creative with your process, but too many color often make like your design to feel less professional. So you just make sure that you are choosing one particular color for primary, you are choosing one particular color for secondary, and you are choosing one particular color for maybe like your natural color and your natural color. So mostly natural colors are mostly used for text and your background, which are colors like maybe like gray, white, and black. All these colors, they are mostly used for maybe like your text and your background. So now I'm going to like be moving forward to typography. I believe we are jotting down. Please give me thumbs up if you can still hear me, please. Okay, thank you. So now we'll be moving to like typography. Typography may like, it may look simple. Typography means text, right? Typography may look simple because it is just text, but it actually like play an huge impact on your design. If they can't read your design easily, the design has already failed, because what you are trying to communicate with them, they won't even understand. So, and I explained this earlier that it's all this typography system, it affects maybe like your spacing or blah blah blah. It affects people that want to use your app. So typography is actually the style. Typography is the style and arrangement of text in your design. Like, it is not just about you choosing nice fonts for your design. No, that is not typography. It is how it is arranged in your design, and the type of face that you choose. For, is it readable? Is it organized? Is it easy to like maybe like glance through? Because you notice that presently people don't read. They just come to your maybe like your website or your app, and they just scan through, they just glance through. So if the font that you are using, if it is not readable, they might not be able to, like, it might not be accessible to them. And that will bring us to the next topic, which we will treat soon. We have serif and sans serif fonts, which are mostly good fonts to pair together. So I'll be sharing my screen so that I can show you the difference between the serif and the sans serif fonts. So I'll be sharing my screen now so that you can just see. Can you see my screen? Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's go to maybe like a website like fonts. Okay. Yeah, the fonts.io. Let's see whether it will open today. Okay, so I don't know. I've actually like forgotten the name of some of this. Okay, yeah. So this is the website that I was trying to open. So let's see whether it will open from here. Okay, yes. So you see that right here, you see that there are some text here. We have fancy text, we have foreign typeface, we have techno, we have gothic, we have basics. So it's these basics that we are actually dealing with. So it is this type of website that you can come to download your font. So let's click on sans serif fonts now. Okay, these are example of sans serif fonts. You will see that sans serif fonts, they are very classy, they are editorial and formal kind of, because can you see the way it is, like it is very, very clean. So but serif fonts, let me click on serif font. Can you see that this serif font, it is kind of like, it is what is it called, it is having like maybe like a decorative edge or something like that. So that is the difference between the two. So these two fonts, they are great fonts to pair together whenever you are designing. They are great fonts to pair together, and you can visit this website. There are a series of websites that you can go to download fonts on your laptop that you can use in any of your projects. Okay, so let's come back. So we have test hierarchy. We have test hierarchy. You have to like know what is important first, what you want your users to see first whenever they come to your app or your website. So this will guide you on which ones maybe like put much importance to, maybe like to add more weight. Maybe you want your heading to be bold. That is why you see that most websites, your heading is mostly bold, because that is the first thing that you want your users to see. Then the subtext is kind of like a little bit dimmer and smaller, because that is like the subtext is not as important as the heading. So you make sure that whatever you are putting in your heading and you are making it bold, it is something that will quickly communicate what you are doing to your users, so that they can quickly get what your website is about. So we have heading, we have subtext. Subtext give more details. We have heading, you introduce the main idea. Subheading, you support the heading. The subtext is actually supporting the heading, then body text. So We also have font size, we have weight, we have line height, which I will be like showing you where once we are creating the design system, because we'll be creating that at the end. That will be the last thing that will be taken today. And yeah, so the next line of action for today is actually accessibility, which is the it is mainly how easy it is for your user to like use your app or your website, how accessible it is for your users to make use of your user interface. Because once you are designing, you are not only thinking of people that are like maybe like they are not with disability. You're also thinking of people with disabilities too. You have to make sure that maybe your website or your app, it is accessible to people that are with disabilities too. So um if your if light gray text if light gray text is placed on a white background, you discover that it will be very hard for very hard for users to read the text. So let me make an example for you on Figma. Let me make an example for you on Figma. So I hope this opens. Why is it not opening? Okay, so while we're waiting for it to load, let's just go on. Whenever a light gray text is placed on a white background, you discover that it is very hard to use. So now imagine that you place that on. Now imagine that you place that on. Okay, let me try that. You do your test like that in your app. You discover that your users, they will not be able to use it. Okay, let me type drive. Let me just zoom in for you. Now let's use a light gray. Okay. If you have to see this type of text now inside your app, definitely like you will not feel comfortable using that particular app or website because you cannot see it clearly. It is not accessible to everyone. Let's say, for example, someone that has maybe like an eye defect now, they will not be able to read it. So all these things, you have to like put them in consideration before you do anything, before you design. You have to make sure you are using a readable font size. You have to like make sure that you do not rely only on colors, because let's say, for example, someone that does not like understand, or maybe like cannot identify colors, they don't know colors, they don't know the meaning of colors, and you just put maybe like delete account and use red to indicate it, they might not really know what that means. Maybe like someone that is not literate enough. So that is why mostly when you are trying to communicate things to people, you don't just use text, or you don't just use color, but you make sure that you are adding an icon with it. You make sure that you're adding an icon to it. So your buttons should be clear, your labels should be clear, and make sure that it is easy for everybody to understand. Let's say, for example, you want to put maybe like a delete account button in your app or your website. You want to put delete accounts there. Then you now put, instead of delete accounts, you now added click here. So what is that communicating? The person will just click there, and at the end of the day, you deleted your accounts. Like they will just delete your app, because and you are not communicating what they should do to them. You just told them to click here. That text is vague. because it is not communicating what it's supposed to do. But you should write things like create your account, delete accounts, submit payments, things that they will easily understand that, okay, this is what I want to do. If I click this button, this is what it is telling me to do. You don't just write something like click here, okay, get started, get started, okay, get started is still understandable, but click here to do what? So yeah, your layout too should be very, very easy to like scan, because recently, even in this our age and time, people don't read again. They just scan through your website and or your app. They just scan they just want to see what they want to do and maybe like get out. So now we'll be moving to like the main thing, because I'm going to like be giving assignments, or like the last class, I'm going to like be giving you assignments that you can just do on your own to train your mind on some particular things. So now we'll be like going to how to create design system. I think I'm very, very fast today, and this might be where we will take time. Design system is a collection of maybe like reusable rules, like styles, components that can help you build consistency whenever you are designing. So it is something that you can always reuse. Like you won't have to like be creating it every single time whenever you want to design, because it is going to like slow down your work if you are doing this. You have to like establish your design system before starting anything, so that your work can be fast and it will reduce your stress. So instead of designing every screen from scratch and making different decisions every time, your design system help you like reuse the same structure every time, and you don't have to like be redoing it like I said. Now, the reason why design system actually matters is because it gives you consistency, it gives you speed, and it will be very, very easy to like collaborate with people. Like if you want to like hand over to your dev now, it won't be like very, very hard. You won't have to like be explaining every day every decision that you made. It will be very, very easy to update, because if you update one particular thing, there everything will change on your design. And we are going to like be practicalizing that in this class. So yeah, we have like I said, we have color styles, and I'm going to show you how to create color styles. Let's say, for example, let me delete this. Let's say, for example, you want to design an app, and you want the primary color of maybe like your brand is the primary color of your, let me just draw like, okay, we are going to be doing primary color, secondary color, your accent color, then your natural color, and your natural color. I think there will be 3 natural colors, because you need one for your background, one for your text, and maybe like a neutral color, maybe like gray or something. So yeah, let's say your primary color is blue, or let's say purple. Let's just choose any color. This is your primary color. Then your secondary color is the secondary color is which color can we choose? Let me just let me just choose something from here. Okay, let's say this is your secondary color. Then we have your accent color. This color will like maybe like indicate it will use, you can use this color to indicate things that are important to your users. So let's say you just want to use this color to indicate, this is not the exact way, but I'm just like trying to use this to like explain how this is done. Then we have three neutral colors. We have colors like we have gray too. Okay, let's use this gray because any color that I use must be sharp. Then we have white. Then there's another thing that I want to mention. Do not use for better accessibility, it is very good for you not to use pure black for your, it is very good for you not to use pure black in your design, or pure white like FFF or 000. Please don't use that. Make sure that at least maybe like a little, just not pure white, because let me change this background so that you can see the white, so that you can see everything. Okay. Okay, can you see this color now that it is not pure white? I'm using F6, F3, FF. These are what we call like maybe like color codes or something. So make sure you are not using pure white and pure black. So yeah, you discover that okay, let me draw a, I use this the background of your website. You just use color picker. Yeah, so that way you see that something like that, things that maybe like are not too important like that. So you can use your black for text, and all these colors you have to like establish them. And let's say you want to like create color styles. This is the manual way to like create your color style. So you are going to go here, and can you see this plus sign? This part that is here, this like that's looking like menu, this icon that is looking like menu here, you're going to click it, then click this plus icon that is here. You're going to see style, you're going to see variable, but now we are dealing with style. So you're going to name it. Is it your primary color? Is it your neutral color? You're going to name it whatever. You're going to like maybe like primary color or whatever. If you like, you can put description. What do you want to use it for? But that's actually optional, but you can actually add that if you want. And you are going to like click create style. Then voila, you've created your text style for your primary color. You're going to see it. You're going to see it in the sorry. Okay, yeah. Same as every other thing that you see here, you can just click. I keep pressing this place, sorry. You're going to click your plus, maybe like this is your secondary color. You're going to like just type it in secondary color, then create it. Then this, then you're going to do that for this to style, then rename it. So that is that. There are actually very easier ways to do it, and if time still permit us, we are going to like take that before the end of the class. So let me just like keep it here, and now we're going to like go straight to typography style, because this is like very important, like very important. So let's say you want to create your typography. There are easier ways to do it. You can just come to this plugin side that I mentioned yesterday, this plugin side. Click on plugin. There's a particular plugin that you can use to create your tail style, and which is type scale. What am I typing? You type scale. So this is the plugin here. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to like tell it to me. Can you see? Okay, so we are going to be choosing 16 as our base size. Then I'm going to choose maybe like 1.4. Okay, I'm going to choose 1.4 as the scale size, and okay, so I'm going to choose 1.4 as scale size, then 1.2 as the line height. So all these other ones, we are just going to like let it be. So you are going to click generate. Can you see? So fast, like you don't have to like stress too much. You don't have to like start creating it manually. So can you see that it has created these for us? We have the heading 1. What you'll be using for your heading 1, we have the heading 2, we have heading 3, we have captions, and so on and so forth. So all these tests now, we are going to click on it, hold control on your keyboard to like, okay, let me just shift control. I'm pressing shift control on my keyboard so that you can just click on the text. You can just click on the text that is inside. Then you're going to like click on to rename it. I'm going to click Control R on your keyboard to rename it. So that everything can be, you can be like very, very fast with whatever you are doing. So I'm going to name this oops, sorry guys. I'm not supposed to like select everything. I just want to select the heading. This one, and this one, heading 1, 2, 3, 4. Then click Control R to rename it. Then we're going to like H $N. So it is going to like descending, not descending other way. We're going to be doing it in ascending order. H $N. Why is this thing doing like this now? I don't want it in descending order. Yeah, perfect. H$N. Can you see we already have our H1 to H4 now? H1, H2, H3 to H4. Then you click rename. Now we have our heading 1 to heading 4. Then this one, you can just rename it here. Let me just, we do the same thing to rename it, Control R, then we have tests. Use like text, then you rename it. Then for this we have 16. Then we're going to Control R it. Then I'm going to write like subtext. You can decide to name it whatever you want. Then this for caption, we rename this. I don't think we'll be needing this. Well, we can just leave it there and just name it maybe caption 2 in case you have smaller text in your design. Okay, now we are done. We are done creating the tail style, but I was supposed to like select everything like this and duplicate it. To duplicate it, you are going to like press Alt on your keyboard, and I'm going to add what's it called, an auto layout. Give it maybe like spacing of sorry, I don't want to like duplicate it with the one that is beside it. Is this. Now let's duplicate it. Yes. Then we're going to shift A on your keyboard to add it to auto layout, and I'm going to like give it a fill so that you can see it clearly. So we already have this. Then I'm going to click everything here so that once a bold version of this particular type scale, we want a bold version of it, so that if you want to like use a bold text in your design, you won't just be like changing the font weight here. So that will like give you a whole lot of work. So we want to like do that very quickly now. I'm going to like click the quick brown. What am I reading it again? Sorry. So I'm going to like click everything from the H1 downward to duplicate everything. I'm going to Control D it. Can you see? That's duplicated. So now we are going to click Control R on our keyboard again to rename it very quickly. We are going to rename it. We are going to just click on this current name and just add bold. Can you see it has already renamed? We already have H1 bold, H2 bold, and so on. Just rename it like that, and we're going to come here to turn it to bold. Can you see we already have the regular, we already have everything now. So now if you want to change the font to the particular font that you are using, that you want to use in your design, you just click everything now. Click everything. click everything, and you just come here to change the font. So let's say you want to use instrument sans like as your text, your design. You just click on it, then voila, all of the text, you already change all of the text to your desired font like that. So now let's say that you want to turn this type scale to a text style that you can keep using, using whenever you are designing. Want to turn this to a text style that you can keep using. So you are going to come again to the plugin section. You are going to come again to the plugin section and look for look for typography. I mean, no, test style. Okay, I did not go to the plugins panel. Sorry. Test style generator. Okay, yeah, we have this now. We have text style generator. Then you're going to tell it to run it for you. Your current styles. Okay. Sorry, I think I did a mistake. I did not click on this. I did not highlight them. How do you see nothing? Sorry, give me a moment. Okay, I think that one is not the name. Just okay. Um, did I press on the wrong thing? Let me see. Okay, sorry. I should have clicked on this. Nothing was selected. Why did I keep like forgetting this? Yeah. And you see now we have our test style. We have our test style and who is that? Sorry, what are you? Okay. Wait, am I still on the call? Okay. Okay, so can you see that we have, if you now come to this typography, what is this? If you come to the typography side now, just what was this thing? This thing that I saw just now. So if you come here now, you already see that we already have the text style generated. We already have it. We already have heading one, we have heading one, we have heading one board, we have heading two board, we have heading two, we have everything, practically everything. And maybe it is this test style that we're going to like be using when we want to design our app. So this is the test style that we are going to like be using. So yeah, so that is how to like generate text styles. Very easy to use. Then we have spacing routine, we have small spacing, we have if one card has like 12 pixel. This is what I mean by 12 pixel. Let's say, I guess you saw it the other time that I was trying to like add space to this thing that I came here to. Maybe like I want to add space to this. I'm going to like use 40. Can you see this? So this is 40 pixel. Yeah, 50. I used 55 before. So yeah, that's how to make sure that there is enough white spacing in your design. And this system, like, it's make your work very, very intentional. And if one card has like 12 pixel and another one has 27 pixel and another of your card, maybe like it now have like 19 pixel without any reason, like without reason at all, then this design will start like feeling messy, like you will not like the outcome of your design again. So we have reusable component too. Let's say, for example, now you are designing something and you know you are going to like be using that particular thing like in most places in your design. It is advisable for you to like change those things to component. Anything that you know that you'll be using a lot in your design, just make sure that things like maybe button, maybe like your button, you make sure that you turn them to components so that you won't be doing it all over again. Like you won't have to like be creating button. You create button for one screen, then you get another screen, then you start creating the button all over again. Anything that you know that you're making use of in several screens, make sure that you turn them to components for lesser stress, yeah, so that you'll be stressing yourself unnecessarily. So yeah, so that is basically everything about design system. And I'm going to like be showing you how to also create components right now. Like the button that I said, let's say button, you want to create button. One mistake you should not make while creating a button is you, or maybe your design generally safe, is you using rectangle. Don't use rectangle in your design to go and be creating button or to be doing anything. Make sure you are using frames. If you know you are not creating shapes, make sure you are using frames. And moreover, whenever I'm doing my button, I don't draw frames like that. I just write, maybe like you want to write get started. Then you are going to go to maybe like test. Where is our 16 test? Maybe this sub test here. Let me just, okay, this is the test. Then I'm just going to like shift A on my keyboard to, hey, Control Z, please. Shift A on my keyboard to add component. Can you see that? Immediately, we're already like, I said component. To add it to auto layout, can you see that immediately you already have auto layout appearing here? So you can just, let's give it a feel. Let's give it a feel of this color, maybe like a radius. I told you that this part of your canvas, you can use it to like create rounded corner. Let's say we are giving it, let's just give it 100, and this is where you give your frames, maybe like padding. Then let's give it a left and right padding of 16 and up and down padding of, let's just leave it at 12. Okay, now let's now say, for example, now you want to use this particular element in all your design. You want to use it in all your design, not necessarily the text too, but you know that it is this style of button that you want to use in all your design. Then you create another one, maybe like this one, you want it to be in stroke, maybe like your other button. Let's use this color again for the stroke and remove the fade. So this is your stroke, and this one is your fill. So let's say you want to, and you want to use it in all your designs. So we are going to like be creating components with this particular thing. Can you see here? You can click create component, and the short the what's it called? The shortcut for this is Control plus Alt plus K on your keyboard. But I'm just going to like be clicking it here. Can you see this thing? The rectangle around it has already like turned to, let me just, has already turned to purple. Can you see? So that indicates that this particular element have been turned to a component. That way you can use it in all your design. You can use it in all your design. Then I forgot to like, let's say this particular button now, we want to style it. Let's just style it. You want to add, let's add inner shadow. I told you that you can add effect to your design in the other class. Let's just give it like white, then reduce the opacity of this white. You can style it anyhow. You can add effect to your, okay, maybe you want to add blur, you want to blur it, the Y, then this is the Z part. Okay, I think we can increase this a little too. Let's just, and you can always nest your effects, like you can add another effect like this. So yeah, so that is basically that about effects. I'm just trying to like practicalize it for you. So now that you've added this to a component, let's just add this to component too. Let's just create components with this too. So let's now say that you want to use it in your design now. Let's say you want to use this in your design. So you're going to come to this part of your design, of your canvas, and you're going to see the assets. Then click on this particular place, and then you are going to see the component that you've already created. That way you can easily drag it inside your design. You can drag it anywhere inside your design. That means you've created it and you can just drag it aside anytime that you need it. So that way you don't need to go to another screen again and start creating the button. You are trying to replicate the same thing that you did in the former screen. So yeah. So you can actually, it is not only button that you can turn to a component. You can turn anything to a component. You can turn an image to a component. You can turn anything that you just know that you want to keep reusing your design to a component. So yeah, that is basically everything that we need to know today. So now I'll be like taking questions because we are almost at maybe like 8 o'clock, and I'll be taking questions now. So if you have any question, please, I want you like to raise up your hand. We don't have questions, right? Did we understand everything? Okay. Yeah, please unmute yourself.
All right. So, can you hear me?
There's noise in your background.
Is it better now?
No, 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 I can't hear you, Terry.
This is a song. Good evening. Can you hear me?
I can barely hear you, though. Oh,
Okay, let me type my question in the
okay, that's better. Yes. Thank you. Okay, please, Dami, go ahead.
Okay, good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
So, yeah, my question is about the typography and everything. Because when you were teaching it, my network was not really, really stable and all. So, I think I'm having a problem creating that. Let me know, like,
Yeah?
I think I'm having a
What do you?
problem creating that. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
So I said, my question is when you were creating the typography, that is where my network was not really stable. So, I'm having a problem creating that.
Okay, although the recording will be like
Will it
provided
be
so you
sent?
can.
Will the recording
Yes,
be
to be.
sent?
Yes, yes, I'm recording.
Okay. Okay, so probably when you send, I'll go through it.
Okay, but which part did you
I
stop?
think
Mm.
it was when you were doing I think when you were aligning everything, like just trying to align everything and start raising it to the bold and everything. Though I know how to create that one, the one where you said, I know how to do the control D and the control R, how to rename and do for that.
Oh, yeah. Just please wait for the recording. It will be sent um latest by tomorrow.
Okay, all right. I'll wait then. Thank you very much.
Okay. Please, I'm still waiting for your question.
My
Let
question is
me.
more or less the same thing as she asked actually, but since you said the recording will be dropped, I think that would work for me as well.
Okay, you have the same question on the type scaler.
Yes, yes, I do.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Please kindly like rewatch the recording at your lecture. I believe that if you watch it again, you like understand better. And if you have any other issue, you can just drop it on the group after watching the recording.
Okay, sorry, I also wanted to ask, going to the fonts to get fonts, are we supposed to install them? If yes, how do we install fonts on Figma?
Okay. Um, I think let me just take that now. The last class I told you that whenever you are installing your Figma, make sure that you install the font installer too. So once you've done that, that is not a problem. So I'm just going to like quickly put you through on how to like download fonts and how to like input them to your website. Okay, let's say okay, yeah. So let's download this sans serif font, this full vertical or whatever. Okay, let's go here to download this. Okay, yeah. Can you see now that it is in zip file? I'm coming. Let me just drag it out of my laptop. What is this one? Okay, that place. Okay. Let me just Okay, so yeah, we have this full vertical here after we already downloaded it. Let me just enlarge my screen. So you are going to right click on your mouse, or a what happened? Okay, you are going to right click on it and just click on extract, like extract here. Mm. Okay, you click on extract file, and can you see this particular mode that will pop up? Then click on OK. Click on OK. Can you see it is already in a folder now? It is already in this folder. Then you are going to double click on it. You are going to see you are going to see this. You see the RG cram, blah blah blah. Then you see open type fonts file and so on. What's going on here? This is the PDF now. Okay, so this is one of the fonts now. Let me just go back so that you can see it. You double click on it, anyone that you want to install on your laptop, you double click on it. Then can you see install here? Click on install. Click on install. Then it starts installing. It have already installed on my PC like that. So if you have already downloaded that font installer on your laptop before, automatically the font is going to appear on your Figma. If you go to your Figma and search for the font that you just installed now, you see it in your Figma because it is already on your PC and you've already installed it. So I hope I'm clear.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, so I think that's all for today in the absence of no other question. So in the next class, we'll just like quickly design because we have to like be very fast in the next class. So yeah, thanks for having me. And the recording will be sent later.